Oh.
Go ahead.
Never mind.
I'm a small YouTuber. They're not gonna.
They're not gonna see the page.
What's up, YouTube? This is so weird. This is so weird. Hi, YouTube.
What's up, y'all?
It's your girl, TK. So, if you were a listener of my podcast, you would remember him. I think I don't even know.
What was the name?
I don't know.
Audience?
He's the audience. You get to see him in person. So if you listen to my podcast, you know that this is the audience, my best friend. We did a podcast together. It was like an hour-long podcast talking about our friendship.
Oh, I forgot that. That was forever ago.
Well, he's back again. So we're wrapping up this chapter of our friendship. We'll be
kicked out in a week.
Yeah, we'll be evicted. Final notice. We poor, so we can pay rent. No, just saying. Pay our rent one time every month. Let's be careful. Anyway, so he's going to graduate school, and I am in post-grad depression. So he'll be going off to school, and I'll be going into a one-bedroom apartment and adulting by myself. So I said that we should do like a best friend tag / roommate tag / advice to people who would like to move in with their best friends in college. And the reason why I wanted to do this was because before we moved in with each other, we would hear so many things like, do not move in with your best friend, you'll stop being best friends, it's not a good idea, blah, 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 blah. But we beat the status quo, bitch, we're still here, 4 years in the game, no days off, never.
Not a one.
We haven't had, we've never not been friends, so I decided, let's tell people how this works. And so we have a list of 15 questions. And the first question was, what is your first impression of each other? You want to go first?
First of all, TK was late. Because we worked the same job at Eastern.
We still work the same job.
Not only was she late, she was quiet. So I thought she was the meanest person on the planet. But, that all seemed to turn out to be a lie.
Okay. He was also quiet and on time. Actually, I first saw him we had orientation, and a friend at the time was like, oh my God, he's so fucking cute. He had on this Enjoy Detroit shirt, and I was like, oh girl, no ma'am, that's not my type. I like him tall, dark, little fucking thuggish. And she was like, oh girl, he's so cute. So then I went to the orientation, of which I came late, and I didn't say nothing, but I wrote him off in my head automatically. I thought that he was a football player. He was rude as fuck. He was light-skinned, attractive. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna like him. He's cishet. I hate cishet men. I think they're all trash. They're really just good for dick. So I was like, no ma'am. The second one was, what is the point of argument mostly? What do you argue about?
It's never serious. It's always little shit.
Yeah. He always gets mad because which is so weird because this is a male thing, I don't put the toilet seat down.
Lord Jesus.
And we don't share bathrooms. So I have my own bathroom, and he has I guess you call it the community bathroom. But his bathroom has a shower, so I go in to pee and shower.
Oh, you don't put stuff back either.
The annoying thing about him is the fact that he's picky about that shit. It is so very, very
meticulous.
Things have to be a certain way, and I don't we're even like that in our everyday lives. I'm just go with the wind. I don't fucking know. Let it this YouTube video is off the top of my head. He has to be okay. That shit gets on my fucking nerves because you just gotta fucking just live life on the edge.
No, what the fuck? No, you don't. No, you don't.
That's really annoying about him. But other than that, I don't have no.
We don't really argue.
No, we don't argue. No. And also we don't, because before we moved in, I was saying about our first impression of each other, when we were best friends before we moved in together, and this was a plan. We were gonna move. You remember we wanted to move into campus apartments?
Yeah,
but they wouldn't let us because it had to be 2 girls. It couldn't be a guy and a girl.
No, I think it was because we weren't seniors, so we didn't get first pick.
Oh, okay.
And they all filled up.
Yep. So we ended up doing the bad bitch role, and we got our own apartments at these shitty ass apartments.
Shout out to Barrington.
Shout out to Romulus, Michigan. Fuck Romulus. Oh God. Fuck Romulus, bitch. I got robbed in Romulus.
Fuck Little Caesars.
Bitch, I'm from Detroit. Bitch, I was raised in Detroit. Bitch, never been robbed. Never had any of that. Bitch, I moved to Romulus to get robbed. It was a very traumatic experience.
10 o'clock at night.
I would never ever eat Little Caesars again, and I would never ever live in Romulus ever again in my life. Know that. So if you want to go to school in Michigan and you go to Eastern, don't live in Romulus. Let's be clear. You're better off in Belleville.
I just feel like we just answered.
So we gotta add another question because that don't count.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were best friends before. So what I did want to say about that was like we had like. When we first, like, our friendship wasn't that serious. Like, we were just, like, staying at the front desk with each other all the time, like, always laughing, always joking. And how we became friends was because we had to do, like, these little about me's. And I read that he liked Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. And I was like, oh, he's gay. Now, don't be like me. Don't be a problematic, cis-het black girl that's, like, my gay best friend, yeah. My gay, because he was my gay husband at the moment, which is what like the straight girls do. Like she's like, but, oh, this is my little.
Grew from that.
But that was gross. So I knew it, and I started the conversation with him. I was like, oh, he's gay. That's my good Judy sis. That's the way I was thinking then. I don't think like that now. Like this is like my road dog. Like just like the house. But yeah, that's how we started our friends. So we talked about Beyonce. We became friends from there. And like our friendship grew, and we pretty much like the goal in moving in with each other was to stay friends.
That's the ultimate goal.
That was the first
goal,
thing.
The apex of goals.
Yeah, because people would be like, "Don't move in with your best friend. That's not a good idea. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it." And we were like, "Okay, but we're gonna do it. But we're gonna make sure that the goal is."
And if anything comes in the way, we remember the goal.
Yeah, the goal is to stay friends. Because we liked the friendship prior to moving in, so we were just like, "Okay, if this shit don't work out, we can." Peace out in a year and then go back to being friends because that's the point. What do you think of your roommate's YouTube channel?
Okay, I don't watch TK's videos.
No, he doesn't. He always lies and says he does.
I don't watch TK's videos.
You don't watch them at all.
I mean, I watch them
like they pop up
every once in a while. Yeah, like
the
if it's about a certain topic. Yeah,
to give me a view.
And I'm subscribed too.
Sure, but he doesn't watch them, and he didn't listen to my podcast either.
I see TK enough. I hear TK enough.
Yeah, every day. We live together. We went to school together.
To watch it any more than I need to.
I'm definitely a walking, talking reality show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I do not watch, but yeah, I think it is growing, steadily growing. I think there's room for growth. So.
Do you ever get tired of seeing each other in the same room?
Yes.
We, like I just said, we went to, at one point before I graduated, we went to school together. We worked together. And this was like, we worked together like the whole time we've been friends. So when we first worked together, we worked together at the front desk at Eastern as office assistants. And then we got a job at our job place. And we're still there, and we sit right next to each other. And we live together. So when people listen, you can live with your best friend. If you genuinely like your best friend, you can live with
a YouTube mesh.
Yes, we're like two peas in the pie. Like honestly, it's not bad, but I do get tired.
But by the time Friday comes, I'm ready to go.
How do you avoid tensions, fight, and argument while living together? Well, that's very good.
I feel like we're on the same page majority of the time. So if there is tension, TK never seems to hesitate.
Safe Space Mondays.
To let me know. And if there's tension with me, we have Safe Space Mondays or Safe Space whenever we need it.
So Safe Space Mondays is something that I've created because I noticed that my best friend like holds stuff in. So I would designate a day when this was in our first apartment, that he would have to safely say how he was feeling, because I'm a very overbearing person. I'm very, very vocal, and I don't need a Monday or a Tuesday. I safe space every day.
Safe space 24/7.
Exactly. And so he's like my diary, everything. So like he has to deal with that. So since he's not very on the spot ish like I am, he needs a day where he can like plan what he's gonna say to me on one day, and it worked out.
I think it worked.
I think it worked. Until we got comfortable enough to like,
Yeah, like.
Now I know if something's wrong.
Because you're an empath.
There's still a day that he won't tell me about.
No, it's not. I've told you. There was not a day.
Yeah, I think a lot of our friendship grew with living together because now I know like if there's something wrong with him, and I also know that like if he's not ready to talk about it, he's not gonna talk about it. But I don't let him get away with not telling me because I will get it out of him.
And then I know if something's wrong with you, I know to give you a second. And you'll eventually tell me.
Yeah, it does.
But it doesn't take you like days. It takes you like a couple hours.
Maybe like
depending on.
It depends on how bad it was.
Yeah.
I think when I got robbed, that was like I was out of the.
Well, you told me like when I came out to the car.
Yeah, but I was like
You still had like process shit because you wouldn't get out the car.
I wish I had never been through no shit like that in my life. Bitch, I was like I was going through. I didn't even cry. I'm not a crier like that, so I wasn't crying. I was just like, what the fuck just happened to me?
Stuck as fuck.
Do you have any clauses or rules to live together in a room together? Or I don't even know why they ask stupid questions like that. Who wrote this? Do we have any clauses?
Clauses? What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. Unless you want to share.
Oh, we have to definitely. Yes. So I think one of the best things to living with my best friend. I think it's okay to live with your best friend if y'all are as level-headed as we are. We have learned so much about each other through each other. And living with him, it was different because I came from a family with no boundaries, and everything was mine is yours. Mi casa, su casa, my food, your food. If I want it, you take it. And I came into the friendship. I don't think I was like that before we moved in together because we weren't together. Like, we were together every day, but it wasn't like...
It wasn't all day every day.
Yeah. And, like, what was his and was mine. But now, like, we're in the house together. We're obviously...
Everything's in the same space.
Whatever was his, I was like, well, bitch, it's mine too. Bitch, you're my fucking best friend.
I was like, hold on.
We have to learn boundaries.
Hold on.
And I think that had we not learned boundaries, it would have been issues because it was like, okay, bitch, and he's a Scorpio, and if you know anything about a Scorpio, honey. Scorpio.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
My baby brother, Scorpio.
But I'll take Scorpio. A mental note of it.
Every Scorpio, they whole shit in. They're but fucking evil, and they selfish as fuck. This motherfucker do not like to share.
No, I don't mind sharing. Just let me know.
And ask. And I just feel like
I'm fine.
I'm the total opposite. I'm a Virgo. I'm a lover. I'm a giver.
She'll offer it to you before you can
even if I don't have enough, I just give and give and give. That may be my upbringing. But yeah. Anyway, our rules in like living together, I feel like we are both people who don't like people for real. So there was never a problem about like him having somebody over and me having somebody over. We usually have the same friends.
Yeah, we got the same friends.
And so them coming over, it was never a problem with me. And we would just ask each other like, care if they're coming over. Like we know when we don't want to see each other.
And if we do bring somebody over and somebody else doesn't want to come over, we'll go in our space.
Yeah, to our room. But like I don't care if they're here because I know them. So like I don't care. Do you cook together or separately?
Separate.
We are separate. We live separate. We are together, but we're separate.
Yes.
And I feel like doing that creates boundaries, of which you do need. The only thing that I want to drive home, if you want to live with your best friends, you need boundaries. Do not think that you can just be like, oh, this is my food, your food. No, because it will start to get like, well, you did this and you did that and you didn't do this for me. And you did like, granted, we do have like a system where like, if he doesn't have something, I got him. And I think that's what any friendship, like.
And we also have trust too, because if we don't have it and then we do cover it, we know we're going to get paid back later on in the future. We know that whatever food you buy, that's your food. Whatever food I buy is my food.
Yeah.
If you want some, you can ask. Great condiments, seasonings, we can share those.
Yeah.
Household stuff like dishwashing liquid.
That's together. We also have a joint account. Yeah. I don't know. That's another thing. So everybody was saying not to do that.
That is, yeah. Well,
I wouldn't tell everybody to do that.
No,
I wouldn't do that. We just really
it have works though because we work at the same job, so we get paid the same.
Yep.
We get paid on the same days, and then we have a joint account.
Yep.
So that's an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
I guess.
Now, if y'all live together and y'all work together and y'all go to the same school, I would say no. I don't think everybody should get a joint account. I truly don't, because you have to really trust that person. And I don't like. We just lucked up. Like we're just really too like. We just really trust each other.
Like half for the bills, half for rent.
Everything goes
into their account.
Yeah. So and then like.
I mean, we use money.
I was about to say we use it. I was about to say that. Like we use it and we always pay it back.
Bills come. That money needs
to
be in there.
Okay, so also we need to talk about who allocates. So this is how we separate. I am the bill payer. He is the mathematic accountant.
I'm the accountant.
So I pay the bills. He does the
all the math.
Hiccups.
Yeah. I've only had in the span of 2 years. I've had 2 hiccups.
There was only one.
Oh, just one.
What was the second one?
We almost had 2.
We almost, but it was real quick.
It was real quick.
But
only got one hiccup.
Yeah, but it wasn't, and like also because we're so close, it wasn't like something I was like, well, he took it hard, but I was like, bitch.
I hate messing up. I don't like this.
Yeah, that's just Scorpio thing. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, bitch, as long as we got another fucking month.
We had another month to live in an apartment.
But pay your rent in full, bitch, or you will get a fee, honey, and they don't give a fuck.
That fee is not cute.
Has being roommates affected your friendship?
I think it's gotten stronger. Like we said earlier, we've learned a lot through each other about ourselves, which is important because I think we got to check ourselves about what we do because of each other. It's like, oh, you're controlling, blah blah blah. It's like,
yeah, we were like, it was like a mirror. Like it was like,
maybe I am controlling.
Yeah, we learned a lot about each other.
We caught each other out on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy. Now that part I would say
very, very
you want to talk about?
Oh my god, it is so uncomfortable.
Woo, you gonna talk about tears and like just feeling so
self-reflection.
It was kind of like we were talking about when we went to Taco Tuesday. Like this is like our friendship is the basis of how we want to have relationships.
Yeah.
Moving forward with like romantic other friendships, like if it's not
if you both don't have the same goals of not remaining constant, whether that's financially or spiritually, mentally, educationally, then it's just not gonna work.
It's not
that offset.
You have to like want to grow, and I think that's like one of the biggest things in our friendship. Like we know that being each other's friends, we have goals. There's like a trajectory of like, bitch, we gonna be rich one day. Bitch, we gonna live a certain life. Bitch, when you get a mansion, I need a room. Bitch, like there's
all of this is already set in stone.
Traveling is a thing. Like we'll be friends forever. Like his kids will be in my life. My kids will be in his life. As bad as they will be. Like we have like this. We're already. We good. Like, who's the noisy roommate? He thinks I'm not noisy.
If it's you cooking, slamming a cabinet, blasting some music, talking on the phone, recording a podcast, recording a video,
having a meeting.
Baby, TK's loud.
Very. And I take pride in it because that's just who I am.
She's unknowingly loud though, like it's just natural. So I don't applaud her for that.
I didn't know. First of all, the day that I found out I was a loud person in general was when he came.
But I'm a very quiet person.
That, and it's like, if anything is a pet peeve. He stays to himself so much. And I came from a family where, like, I am talking to somebody all day long. Like, we are always in the living room. That was like our place. And I do it now. Like, I stay in this room, which is where we're in the living room, and I just like sit and watch TV. Because usually before my family died, because they're all dead now, we used to stay in the living room and just talk like for hours. So, which one of you gets easily frightened?
That'll be puss here to the left.
And I'm not like no scary ass bitch. Like, let's be clear. I will run up on the bitch. Let's be clear. What?
She don't mind confrontation, but she don't like scary movies or roller coasters or nothing like that.
I'm not gonna pay to get scared. I think that is the dumbest thing ever.
Haunted houses, nothing. I'm boring.
I don't do it. That's not boring.
That is very boring.
I'm an empath. So I can't watch that. I can't watch stuff where people are getting hurt. I can't watch stuff with people. I hate scary shit, bitch. I had nightmares from watching the fucking Passion of Christ. No, baby. Which song do you love to sing together?
I think
ours is not so much songs. as it is just like Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like that was another like plus to our friendship. We know like Beyonce choreography. Like, it's like, and we learned that we
was
both,
early on in the relationship.
Yeah.
We knew a lot of the same music.
And when I knew that he knew like the Beyonce experience choreography, I was like, oh yeah, it's not
like we know Beyonce in and out.
In and out. We talk about her all the time. Like there's nothing that she does that we don't know about.
There's not a day that goes by where we're not watching something.
That's another thing. We have really good conversations. Like people always ask, like, I would say that people think that we're like best friend goals. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about this motherfucker. But like we have really good conversations. Like really, really.
People who do like eavesdrop on our conversations do say we're kind of funny.
And it's just normal for us. Like we just talk about whatever. Very, very like it's like a brother-sister relationship. Generally is. Like
Pretty
he's
much.
really like family for real. My family is obsessed with him for some reason.
We just have a lot of the same interests.
Yeah. How awkward or lovely was the day when you two really met each other?
It wasn't awkward or lovely. It was more like hilarious.
It was funny. It was a day.
TK came through like the storm that she is with the drama. And then from that day out, I've been laughing at it ever since.
Yeah,
I forgot what happened that day. Like,
it was raining,
yeah, it was
and
raining.
my backpack got soaked, and all my papers got soaked.
Yeah.
And I had to walk from one side of campus to the other side of campus with no umbrella and a jacket on my head.
For a good 20 minutes straight.
To take his shift. And that's the day that we started like working together. We have a thing where I think he's also learned, I make people change the rules for me. Either in a good way, to my credit, or to the opposite. So that was the day where we started talking to each other and staying through each other's shifts. So like he would work like a 4-hour shift and I would work like a 4-hour shift, but we would end up staying at the desk for 8 hours together.
Yeah.
Because we were too busy like talking and kicking and laughing.
And we didn't have shit else to do.
Yeah, so we were always together. Like it was just like if you saw me, you saw him. You saw him, and then they had to make a rule where you can't stay at like after the shift was over. He had to leave because. And then we had to make a rule that you couldn't stay because after they said that he couldn't stay behind the desk.
I just got in front of the desk.
He just got in front of the desk. Then they had to make a rule that you can't do that. Because I would like come down and like stay with him. So then I would like come towards the end and then we would like come back to the towers.
Yeah.
Or we go to the marketplace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who is the timidest, shy one? That would be my best friend. This one. He's more timid and shy.
Timid. I want to say shy.
Not shy. He's not shy around me. You know what? It's a Scorpio thing. I think.
I'm an introvert too, though.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm shy. It's just I have to be comfortable in the setting in order to open up. Because if I'm not comfortable or feel as though I'm not invited in the conversation, I guess I'm not talking.
A lot of people like thought that he was mean, rude, that like he's not very talkative, he don't have much of a personality, and he's seemingly attractive. So everybody, you know how like people see an attractive, and in the black community, light-skinned person, you like, oh, he's stuck up, he did that, which is what I thought when I first, projecting, especially as a dark-skinned girl, I definitely was like, oh, fuck this nigga. He is, like, I think in a way, if you don't know him, then yes, he would seem like he is those things. But if you know him, like I know him, it's like he's the total opposite. Like he's like
I talk a lot. I listen more than I talk.
But when you do talk, you don't. So it's what people think of him is not who he is. I promise you, he's probably like the sweetest person you ever meet. Are you planning to stay like this forever?
Yes. Yeah.
We already said that.
Yeah, that's already written.
He's stuck with me forever.
In our imaginary contract.
Yeah, we have a friendship contract that he tends to break often. We have like this contract at work where like when we get on each other's nerves like a lot, we like put the contract up and that means that the friendship is over.
And it's signed by the both of us.
Yeah, no, I signed that.
Oh, I signed the first one, but I didn't want to sign the second one.
Yeah, because he like I don't know why he didn't want to sign it. Because usually he like fuck you, like I don't give a fuck. Yeah. But this time he didn't want to stop being my friend because I'm that bitch. Last and final question. What's the best part of being roommates? You go first.
We give each other a safe space to be our complete and full selves.
You fucking stealing ass bitch.
I knew that was going to be your answer. I knew it.
You stealing ass bitch. First of all, let's
should have answered first.
He took that from me from Tuesday. Yes, you did. This bitch, we was talking about.
You are a fucking liar. You are a liar. I did not steal that from you. Bitch, I did not steal that from you.
Bitch, first of all, on Tuesday, bitch, we was talking about the best part of our friendship, and I said that.
I don't remember.
Wow.
I had a margarita anyway, so.
He stole that from me.
You are a liar. I
wow.
Stole that from you. You gotta come up with something different. Let's go.
Okay, you said safe space. I think that the best part about being roommates with my best friend is, like I said earlier, like this is the basis of how I will treat all of my relationships because it's a very, very healthy relationship. Like I share things with him that I would not share with my family. Like we're able to. It's not a judgmental space, so like.
Oh no, not at all.
We don't judge each other. Like.
TK tells me crazy shit.
He knows a lot of stuff. Like, we have really weird conversations that people, like, from the outside be like, you said that's your best friend? Bitch, and like, we have a really safe
friendship. We don't judge you for it.
Yeah, we don't judge, so.
We don't judge, period.
Yeah, we don't judge people at all. I'm not really a judgy person. Why didn't they ask our zodiac signs?
Common sense. I think you took that one out. I told you.
Our zodiac signs, I am a Virgo sun, I'm a Leo moon, and I am a Capricorn rising. Meaning, so if somebody was to ask me like, "What's your sign?" I'll be like, "I'm a Virgo." But we both got into like the actual shit because it was my idea.
I didn't know anything about the chart.
I put him here just like I put him up to a lot of things, but we won't go down. I'm a Virgo.
I'm a Scorpio sun, Virgo moon, Gemini rising.
And he has a lot of Virgo in his chart, so that's how we find out like our relationship is super like. We're like brother and sister. Like, it's like the same person.
And you read that one compatibility thing.
Yeah, Virgos and Scorpios are like really good compatible. And then we also apparently, I don't know, we known each other in the past. We're supposed to, he was my husband in a past life.
Supposedly.
That's why we're so close.
Again? Which one?
Somebody in Farmington. Yeah. She did a reading, and I had asked her about him, and she was like, "Oh, you guys were married in the past life." I mean, I don't know if I believe it, but our relationship did come together. Yeah. Like we, honestly, like the reason why it was such a successful relationship was because it just like clicked day one. Like we probably did know each other in the past life.
Raised the same.
Yeah, and even though we had two separate backgrounds, like I was raised country, and
we were raised around the same morals.
Yeah.
The same like decency lessons, common sense. Like
yeah. What's some advice you would give? I know we said 16 questions. This will be the last question.
Give your friends an opportunity. Damn, what was it?
Give your friends a blank
space.
A blank canvas. Honestly, that's one of the biggest lessons that I learned with being his friend. You have to give your best friends a blank canvas to be themselves, because if you have this box for them to fit in, when they don't fit in that box anymore, you feel like they shouldn't be your friend. So we give each other the space to like know that this TaKenyah that he knows now probably won't be that TaKenyah in 20 years, but at the same time,
20 years I'm going to get to know
that TaKenyah, right. Just like I'll do with like him. Like he won't be the same person. He definitely won't. Like he'll be a whole different person. He'll probably be a hoe, and I will get to know that person. Like he gonna be a bad bitch. He's a bad bitch now, but like
if you know, have a lot of room to grow. So when we do grow,
it won't be like, oh, you're not who I thought you were.
It's not a, oh, you changed, you fake, or...
Yeah, it'll be like... And then also, like, well, I have to learn that, you know, he can definitely go about his way and not talk
to other friends.
I have a problem with that. I don't want him to have other best friends. I feel like they're mine. We
haven't unpacked that.
Yeah, we're still unpacking that. So as soon as I unpack, he'll be free to have other friends. So my advice from my perspective in terms of friendship is... safe words. Ooh, child. Oh, yeah. Let's tell that because you do need it. Okay, our friendship is very, very funny. We laugh a lot. And so we traveled to NOLA. I think I put that video on here. And we got a room that I didn't want to get, but we were joking. So when they was like, we're going to get the room, he was like, ha, 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 let's get it. And I'm like, ha, 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 no, bitch. But I was serious. We were joking. So turns out, like, the room was haunted, and, bitch, he left me, and he went to go to, like, this chocolate factory, came back. Bitch, I'm shook to the core. And it's really, really hard. Like, I don't know how to be scared. My emotions turn to anger. Like, I don't know how to be, like, genuine. Like, if I'm scared, just be like, I'm scared. I don't know how to do that. Like, I get angry instead of just, like... So, he came back. My mama called me, like, what's wrong? I'm going off on her, cussing people out. He was shook at how angry I was, because, like, it was the same emotion, but it was anger instead of me being afraid and acting afraid. I was angry. Cussed everybody out. Then that energy transferred over to him, and he didn't realize how mad I was, but we still... This is another thing. This was like the biggest test for our friendship because...
This bitch calls herself testing me.
I was trying to see if he was a ride or die bitch. So me and him was raised the same, but I still, like, I still, he knew he wasn't. We went out, I was mad as fuck, but I was raised like, you just stay with your crew. He wanted to go out. I did, but I was pissed at the moment, but I knew I didn't want to ruin the trip, so we just went out. And I would tell him, like, go, just leave. But he wouldn't, because that's like, you don't leave your friends. Like, that's just whoever you come with is who you leave with, period. And I didn't want to ruin the trip, so we went out, and we walked, and we drank, and then...
We went to a bar.
And I kind of, like, calmed down eventually. Then when I was like, okay, let's go back to the hotel, regroup, and then we went back out and had
a blast.
But we also learned at that moment we needed safe words, because if we don't have a safe word, we will go too far and think shit is funny. And it wasn't funny. I was really, really scared.
Invalidated.
Yes.
Because I kept laughing.
And I felt very invalidated. And then you, like, were like, oh my God, you were serious. So our safe words are... Malibu for when it's, like, semi-serious, and NOLA when it's like, bitch, pull it together. And that ends the room. That was a 33-minute video.
That was quick.
You think so? My video is like 15 minutes.
See,
so we'll do a part 1 and part 2. Anyway, friendship, silent, 4 years. Peace out, bitches.